YouTube, what is going on? Zmar Cyber back with another video. In this video, we're going to be talking about some advice I wish I had before I actually started cybersecurity. Um, I feel like cybersecurity is one of these fields where it's like, if you had these certain advices or certain suggestions before actually getting into the field, like you would probably be better off, right? So let's get right into it. So number one, the first advice I would give someone before starting in cybersecurity is expect it to be a long road, right? So obviously in the last video I mentioned how cybersecurity isn't just a one-stop shop. Like, it's not a quick thing to really get into. It's a long path, it's a long journey, right? So in cybersecurity, obviously we have like the red team and then we have the blue team. So the red team is, you could think of it as like the attacking side. The blue team is like the defensive side, right? So when you actually get to understand what you want to do in cybersecurity, obviously it'll be a lot better for you to see which road path you want to go down, right? So I'm on like the blue team side. I want to be a security analyst. So I have this certain path that I'm looking to go down right now, and WGU is helping me push me forward to actually get down that path. Not just that, but also me getting these certifications and me working on the projects it's helping me go down the right path, the career that I want to get into. So yeah, that's the first advice I would give to someone, is that just know it is not quick. It is not something that you could just do in a day or a couple months and just be good, because oftentimes now we hear people online saying how cybersecurity is this ever-growing field, which is true, right? And then they say how there's all these jobs waiting to be fulfilled and you can get into it in 6 months, right? Although there is people that have seem to have speed tracked how fast they got into cybersecurity, whether it was like doing boot camps or just all the other things that I spoke about in the last video. But just understand that it's not quick, right? Second advice I wish I had before starting in cybersecurity was networking, right? So you really don't understand the value of networking until you get into cybersecurity, right? Because cybersecurity is just like, it's this field where it's so hard to get into. Like, it has a tough barrier of entry, right? And even if someone has the right qualifications, sometimes they may not even get the interview, right? And obviously, just like I spoke about the last video, that could be from a variety of reasons, right? It could be their resume, it could be their interviewing skills, it could be maybe they're just not fit enough, right? So yeah, just networking, it's important to know it's not about what you know, but it's also about who you know. And I've heard this throughout my career so far, even though I'm only 20, but within every job that I worked in, or even all these side hustles that I'm in, they've always said it's not about what you know, it's about who you know. And I do really do feel like that's true, right? So example is like, if you apply to hundreds of jobs and you're not getting an interview or you're not getting an offer, right? Let's just say you had someone, this is just hypothetically speaking, right? Let's just say you had someone that worked in or worked at AMD, right? So you're really close friends with them, and you ask them about how they like the job and would they recommend it. And I would say those are probably one of the first questions that you do want to ask, right? Because it's like, okay, we don't want to work at a job that someone else doesn't want to work at. But I only say that to say, because depending on what they say are the negatives to the job, oftentimes and not, people just don't want to work at a community that they don't feel welcome in, right? So we try to find these cultures, especially these companies that have a culture around them, right? That actually care about their employees, and they feel like they're valued there, right? So those are the first two questions I'm probably gonna ask them, right? And then I'm gonna ask them if there's any way if I could actually get into the company, or if they're hiring, or what I can do to actually get in or be better qualified. So that's number two, just networking overall. Yeah. So the third advice that I would tell someone before starting in cybersecurity is a combination of everything, right? So you have to understand, right? Certifications aren't just going to get you into cybersecurity. Okay, certifications alone will not get you into cybersecurity, right? Because employers want to see that you have all these different skills, right? You know, these soft skills and these hard skills, right? You know, the soft skills is like you're able to actually speak to people, right? You have good customer service skills, and this relates to cybersecurity because, like I spoke about in the last video, let's say you have to speak to the shareholders or speak to the stakeholders, right? You're able to express yourself, and they want to see this, right? So just understanding, right? These soft skills really do matter, right? So going back to the certifications now, it's like, okay, if you just have a certification, cool, right? But that alone will not get you into cybersecurity. They want to see a combination of different things, right? They want to see that you have the projects. They want to see that you have the experience. They want to see that you have the education, and they want to see that you have the knowledge, right? You're actually applying the skills. So obviously that kind of goes back to projects, right? But if you don't have all those things, it doesn't mean that you can't get in, right? Like, let's just say you don't have education, but you have projects, you have some experience, and then you also have, and this experience could be anything, right? This really could just be like, you know, working retail, like, you know, working the register, or even working at a fast food place, you know, dealing with customers, right? As long as they see that you have some type of customer service skills, I feel like that really does matter, and that makes you stand out. But yeah, it's really the three things, right? So understanding that cybersecurity is not quick, right? It's not. It's a long journey, right? Understanding that networking is really, really important, and it's more important than people think. And lastly, understanding that certifications alone will not get you into cybersecurity, right? So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was a quick video. I just want to get this out. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time.